All right. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining. All right. So, you have joined me, Simone, on one of my first episodes. This is absolutely the first episode of 2022 for my podcast slash YouTube channel that's called Girl, Is That Legal? And this week, I'm super excited to bring on my blogger friends, Cameshia Reviews and
Hello.
Ebbie Reviews. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hello,
Hey.
hello, hello.
So as those of y'all who know me, I was on Ready to Love season 3, and so I then started following these bloggers. They review Ready to Love as well as a variety of other shows, but more importantly, they are hilarious. So every week, what you'll see on my show is what I'll do is I try to keep it around 30 minutes, but every week. When you tune in, we're going to talk celebrity gossip. We're going to talk some celebrity legal issues, but then we're also together going to answer some viewer questions. And here's the thing. I wanted these ladies this week because it's relevant to what they do. One of the questions is about a blogger. And I also thought they're hilarious. And I love to have regular non-lawyer people help me answer these questions because they think of it from the perspective of everybody else. And ultimately, the goal of the show is that you're not only entertained, but at the end you feel like, hey, I learned a little something. So, how you ladies doing? Y'all ready to get into it?
Yes, ma'am. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm ready.
Right. Let's hop into it. Now, before we hop into it, ladies, tell them where they can find you and follow your channels.
Y'all know me, Commission Reviews. You follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, anywhere else. Y'all know where I'm at.
Awesome. And then here we go. And Ebbie, which
Eb-
your real
oh,
name is Ebony.
yes, my real name is Ebony. You can call
prefer
me
that I
Ebbie. You can call me Ebs for short,
Okay.
whichever you prefer. People always want to mispronounce it, but it's fine. You can follow me on my channel at Ebbie Reviews. Be on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm at the local Sephora. I'm at the Ulta. Catch me where you catch me.
Wait, do you do hair or you be in there shopping all the time?
Her makeup.
No, I be
makeup.
shopping all the time. I'm
You
just
do
there for
makeup
the
too.
I just
She does makeup as well.
right. I'm just going there to spend the money.
Understood. Understood.
She's so silly.
So, yes, so the first one we got to jump into, and I wanted to start with this one because it involves Texas law. Well, I'm licensed. Tristan Thomas, y'all. Tristan Thompson, y'all. Chloe baby daddy. So you probably heard in the news that the judge just came down with a ruling on his child support case. And Mr. Tristan has been ordered to pay $40,000 a week. Ladies, what do you think of that? I'm sorry, a month, not a week, a month.
I'm about to say,
I was
dang.
about to say,
No, a month.
can somebody give me Tristan's phone
Let
number?
me tell you something. Ain't been a while. Becca had one more kid, just one more.
Listen, my tube's been tied for 23 years, but I figure out something for $40,000 a month.
Okay.
Listen,
A
Look.
month. Goodness. And those of you guys in the comments, feel free to drop in questions, comments, or what have you. But yeah. And now, Cameshia, you're also in Texas. You're outside of Dallas. And Ebony, what state are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay, got it. Oh, so that relates to the other girl, Brittany Renner. We'll talk about her another day. But I'm saying it right, correct, Ebony?
Yes.
Got it. But I just thought the first thing that I thought was, dang, this chick is clever. Like, because at the beginning of the saga, as you probably heard, Tristan was completely lying. He said, "Oh, I don't know this lady. She's lying.
Right.
Like, I don't have it. I'd never even slept with her." And here we are. And here we are. And here's the question for us that we will get into today. So what happened here is apparently Tristan went and got a lawyer. Okay. So first, old girl, she went and filed for child support while she was still pregnant. While she was still pregnant. A lot of women don't know you can actually do that. You absolutely can. Of course, you got to make sure you know exactly who the daddy is.
Right.
Well,
if you do that and the baby he's adjudicated the father, you get child support while you are still pregnant. And as you should.
What? That is
right.
A lot
As
of
you
women don't
should.
know that.
Pay for the appointments, the baby stuff, all types of stuff, right? That stuff isn't free. And what happened here was old girl was from Texas, Houston, actually. She was a personal trainer out here. Well, she must have went to a lawyer, a good lawyer, who told her the truth, which was, girl, if you don't get your behind out of here and get your behind to California and file there. Because here in Texas, girl, you're going to be poor. You have to get up and go to work every day.
Pretty much.
And that's because Texas is one of the few states with the child support cap. Yes. So in Texas, even though you make millions and millions of dollars as he does, your child support for one child is capped at $2,500 a month.
Texas is trash.
That's it. Girl, yes.
Trash.
Yeah.
The first
okay. Well, listen, I would just like to say, being that when I had my kid, he turned 27 today. Most I got was $300 a month.
Wow.
But his father was in the military.
Okay.
And I didn't have to fight him. There was no, it's not my baby. And I didn't have to do it. He walked into the office and said, can you please put me on child support so that I could take this piece of paper and take it to my higher ups or however they do their money. So they'll take the money out before y'all give me my money. So I never had a problem. I'm the first of every month for 18 years straight without a break. Ain't never had no issue.
And that's because he was an employee of someplace.
Yes.
Correct.
No, he was in the military. So
that's the best. Right. Yeah. The hard part. This is why I would say I don't date men whose wages I can't garnish. It's because you out here dealing with these self-employed men and they get to play these tricks. Because what happens is when you get a child support order, you give it to the attorney general, and the law states that all employers must pull out the wages that are deemed to be ordered for child support. Anybody, so whether if you play for a basketball team, whatever, as long as you're not self-employed. So y'all run around getting pregnant by these drug dealers and you're on your own. You know, you can't garnish no drug dealers' wages. They just go to jail.
They ain't got no 401k, no insurance, nothing.
Well, see, for me, I was married to the father of my kids, and we took care of the kid, but it got to the point where we did end up getting divorced, where I paid for my entire divorce. I wanted to divorce him so bad. I didn't care about child support. I've been taking care of them kids by myself. I mean, I'm not saying he hasn't helped me or anything, but it has not been no child support. He just pays. Sometimes it's not always easy, but I just pay for all of it. I don't know. I just don't even deal with it. I just didn't want to.
And how many children was
I
it
have
with?
Three kids in college right now.
That made her forehead hurt.
Cameshia, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. So you have 3 kids in college and you just have arrears that are stacked up, correct?
Yeah, he's not legally on anything. When we got divorced, it was in the divorce decree that he had to pay, and I think my youngest now is probably 19, and so he still just pays because. But because he helps out with, like, I mean, he doesn't really need anything, but just
I misunderstood. So he has been giving. It's not
not as much as me, but yes.
So one tip I want to give ladies is that I see a lot of women who they just get tired of fighting, and that's very understandable. If you have a child though that's about to go off to college, then no, the FAFSA in colleges, in order for them to give your kid a scholarship, they demand financial information from the father. And literally, I knew of a child, it held her up, and she did not get financial aid from a major school that gave a lot of need-based aid because she didn't submit the daddy's information in time. Well, she ain't seen that man. She hasn't seen him in years. But here's what you do. In that case, her mother had a bunch of arrears. All you have to do is go to the Attorney General website and you download, there's a statement that says, oh boy, ain't paid nothing, and this is how much he owes. Attach that bad boy to your FAFSA application. That's it.
Wow.
That's good information.
Yeah, because obviously if he ain't been paying so far, you think he's going to pay now that I'm over 18? No.
Right.
Do that, and effectively it's like saying, look, I got negative money over on this side. Otherwise, not only do they calculate what daddy makes, but if daddy has a new wife, they calculate her too. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But going back to Tristan, so it was interesting that Texas, like we said, has a child support cap of $2,500 for one child, whereas California has no cap, none. Remember, he got 3 kids. Okay, so if all 3 of those moms went to court, they probably each be getting around $40 a month, which means that $120 a month. he's paying, for all of his children.
Mm.
So, do y'all think it's unfair or wrong of her to have done what she did, which is get up on a plane? She lived in Texas. She had no connection to California. To get on a plane and take her talents to California.
Oh no, that was absolutely the right thing to do.
I
You do what's
agree.
best for your child.
I agree.
Get all of the dollars, especially since
agree.
he showed his high pots to begin with.
Yes.
Every single doubloon, every coin, every piece of cabbage,
Yes.
whatever you can get your hands on, that's what he get. I bet
You cannot be mad at a woman that's used her brain and did what she had to do. You can't be upset with somebody that used her resources and was like, "Look, I got some advice. Let me go ahead and get my coin for me, my child." If the other ladies didn't do that, that's their fault. That's their bad.
Right. And also, he's the one that made very clear. He said, I'm not going to take care of this child. I'm not going to be in the child's life. I'm not going to do any of that. So it's even more of a reason for her to say, all right, well, then I'm going to make sure that at least they're monetarily taken care of.
Mhm.
Exactly.
At least. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't mind. I think it was clever. I think more men should pay attention because in the end, he actually could have prevented this. If the way he could have prevented it is if he would have filed first while she was still living in Texas, then Texas law would have governed. That's it. That's it. So when you guys, ladies, and men out there that are watching too, ladies, when you're dating these guys, you say, I don't want to put myself on paper. I don't want the law, the state involved. If they're in Texas or a similar state that has caps that's really reasonable, they should. Because if she gets up and moves somewhere else and she files in a more expensive place, then it's going to be based on the more expensive place. He's going to be screwed.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be screwed. Yes, absolutely. And like there's a basketball player now, Brittany Renner and PJ, I forget his last name, but Brittany is from Texas. The baby is in Texas. And if he has any sense, he will run to the nearest courthouse and say, I want to see my kid, situate visitation and report based on that little $2,500 a month. I don't think that number is fair at all.
It's not.
At all. Not in this day and age. You can't get an apartment in downtown Dallas, a 2-bedroom.
You can't.
Nice for that. So, I mean.
Condo, nothing.
Give me a break. But yes. So, speaking of kids and daddies and issues, let's move on to Kanye. Popo Lil Tink Tink Kanye.
Oh, my God.
Ebony's already patting. She's patting her head. She's patting her head.
Listen, that baby need prayer. That's all. He on the sick list.
So Kanye recently,
not the shut-in list,
right? He takes to social media to say he just wants to see his 4-year-old daughter Chicago on her birthday and wants to attend her birthday party, but no one will give him the address. And apparently, they stated that Travis Scott allegedly gave him the address and he ultimately did show up and go. So do y'all think that he should be allowed? I mean, at this point, they're not divorced. They're going through a divorce, but that court should mandate that both parents should get to attend things like birthday parties.
Yes, I didn't understand. Unless he's a danger to the child, I never understood why all the dramatics. And then was her boyfriend there? I don't know
good question. Yeah, if that little.
So I want to know was her boyfriend there because I wanted to know why isn't that he couldn't be there? That is the father. You are punishing him for what? Like I don't understand what's happening. I haven't heard because if anything was physical was going on, it would be all in the papers. It'd be all of the blogs. So if nothing bad is happening, why can't he be there? Somebody in the comments saying yes. Are you saying yes that the boyfriend was there? If that's the case, that's disrespectful. Completely. So disrespectful. I'm sorry. And I got what Kanye was saying that this is my child's birthday. And her dad not being there is going to affect her. He's 100% correct. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, it really will, especially at that young age. But interestingly, the courts can't mandate that kind of thing. The most they can do is discuss what does visitation look like on birthdays. For example, they could get the parties to agree they're going to split birthdays. So somebody gets to do a morning party, the other one afternoon. But here in Kanye's situation, we got to remember, he has been acting nutty as heck. He's a nut. He's a nut bucket. Rules do not apply to him. Remember, he's not black. He's Kanye. That's how he acts. So I'm curious if perhaps the reason they didn't give him the information is they weren't sure how he was going to behave. And then, we also have those daddies around where they just like to pop up. They like to just do pop-ups like a crackhead. Hey, I'm here.
Mm-mm.
So
You're right.
they didn't know he was in town. That may have, or even coming to town. He said he had been in Miami recording his album. Then that could have been a portion of why they didn't even think to, invite him too. But do y'all have any?
I have an unpopular opinion. I think he knew. I think she did tell him, and he just out here wilding, trying to change the narrative of everything that's being said. Now you gonna get on here talking about, I just want to be there for her. But your stalking ass done bought a house right across the street from me. Like, you doing a whole lot of. I don't trust none of that. I don't trust in that whole performance that he put on. Like, I called it. Okay, sure.
But somebody in the chat said they're supposed to have separate parties now.
I don't believe none of that. I think he knew what a party was the whole time.
If they were having separate parties and he just doing what he wants to do, then no, I don't agree with that. Because somebody in the chat was saying, just like we were saying, Simone was saying about if they have some party, people do it all the time. Now, someone in the chat said they did agree to a separate party. If he's just trying to be greedy or just I'm just gonna do what I want to do, then I want to tell him no way. If you are having a party, I'm gonna have a party, but both gonna be at both or whatever. You just do what you want to do because your man, my boyfriend's here, and that petty stuff. Then no, you like she's saying.
I don't understand what her boyfriend being there has to do with anything.
Well, I mean, I'm saying,
right?
Why the boyfriend be there and he's not? I'm saying if that's true. I'm saying, that's weird to me that she would have him there and he not
It's
be
not
there.
Weird to me.
And the dad not be there.
Yeah, I think it depends on the agreement. It depends on their agreement. I don't know what the agreement was. I don't know what the agreement was. Look, you can have your party with your family and have mine with mine, and he agreed to it. If you agreed to it, then why is he doing all of this?
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Absolutely. Somebody said men don't get it together until they see you with another woman, or until that man gets somebody new, and then they're like, oh, okay, now I don't care. Sometimes that wish would happen.
Sometimes.
But all right. So next up, guys, we're gonna go into. We got 2 viewer related questions. So I need each of your help, including those in the comments, to help us give a little advice to this viewer. And I got to give the disclaimer. So, disclaimer is that, here we go, this show is for entertainment purposes. I'm not your lawyer. You haven't even paid me. So, if you have a specific legal issue, of course, contact someone in your state. And if you're looking for one, feel free. You can contact me. The info is going to be below in YouTube. If you have any further questions or you need help getting to an attorney in your state. Great. So, let's go. Viewer question. All right. So the gist of it is the viewer question is, how can I get a scamming Instagram store to give me my money back, to give me my coins? Give me my coins. So some of you may have seen this, but about a month ago, it was all over social media. This particular designer, he designed a dress for Cardi B and did it really quickly. He needed it urgently. He got it done in like 30 minutes from her and it went viral. So then he starts taking orders for these. And these are like these real sexy-ish type gowns that you would wear to a special event of some sort. So he's taking in all these orders. And I actually had multiple women that DM'd me on Instagram saying, can you help me? Most of them gave this guy, he requested $400 to $500 as a down payment. He said so that he could purchase the fabric and stuff to make their dress. And then they would pay the rest when he was done. And he specifically said it would take him about 10 days. Ain't nobody seen nothing. Nothing. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you purchased something and somebody ran off with your money?
No, ma'am. It's never happened to me. Thank God. It's never happened. Nope. Other people I've known, but not me. Yeah. And they never got their money back.
No, and they never got their money back. Ebony, Cameshia, what would y'all do if this had happened to you? 400. And now we're talking.
Well, it depends on how I gave them the money.
Good question.
How did you cash app it to him? How did you give him the money?
Yeah, Cash App and Zelle is what he requested. Okay, and what they gave.
So at that point, we're going to enter dispute. I'm no longer having a conversation with you because you're not going to give me my money back. Clearly, you're a liar. So I'm going to then dispute the charge because what you're not going to do is play on my time and my intelligence,
especially with Zelle. But isn't Cash App a lot more?
Or you're going to have to see me in my fist. One of the two,
So the issue with Cash App is you can't dispute anything. Once that money is gone, it's gone. Right. Now,
see if
Yeah, previously when I've used Zelle, you really couldn't either. Does Zelle let you dispute now?
I don't even use Zelle to even
I
know.
use Zelle, but I think it's the same thing. I mean, I use Zelle on my mother, but I'll be not really I'll be afraid to use it anywhere else because I heard that Zelle and Cash App you have hard times. But Zelle, they're coming along a bit better, but Cash App I know it's extremely, extremely hard to try to fight. There was a whole thing last year
Right.
with people losing money. So I don't know.
Right. So first up, you shouldn't even don't only send money using either PayPal or using a credit card, and that's because or a debit card. And that's because you can immediately contest the transaction, dispute the transaction. Also, don't ever give any company more than 30 days without giving you your product, because for most companies, you have to dispute it within 60 to 90 days. And if you do that, then they usually immediately give you your money back. And then the burden shifts on the other company to prove they sent you your product. They can't, you keep your money. And secondly, a quick tip I want everyone to know, because we're at the beginning of the year when people are doing their taxes, is this. Y'all, if you send them, obviously you sent them, they sent them emails, he ignored the emails, he didn't want to, respond to them. Then what you do is when you file your taxes, you list that as a line item, as a good or service that you paid for during the year. Because guess what? He might ignore you, but he can't ignore the IRS.
That is good. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you send them a letter stating that you did just that. And here's how that works. Under the IRS law, if you pay anybody for a service at least $600, you are required to actually report it on your taxes as a service. So, for example, you had somebody do some work on your house. If you've had somebody, let's say you got a really expensive wig done and it costs $600 or more, then you have to report it. If it's less than $600, you can. And here's the thing: with this particular dressmaker, it was approximately 100 women who claimed they got scammed like this. But every one of them puts it as a line item on their taxes. Guess who's gonna come knocking on his little door? The IRS. And the only way he could get them off his back is by returning one.
That's crazy. But that's good information. A lot of people, that's a gem. That's good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yes, definitely use that one. Somebody said. So I think we'll do that one. And then I got one more that we can kind of hit just really quickly. And it's about influencers or bloggers. So the question from an influencer or an influencer, and basically what she's saying is in the new year, she wants to get her paperwork and get everything together so that she can be more professional and is prepared to monetize her YouTube as well as her social media platforms. What tips would I give to someone who has minimal income to use towards an attorney, but does want to make sure that they're getting their affairs in order? Well, you two ladies have been doing this for a minute. What would you advise?
The legal stuff,
I'll tell you the number one thing I would say. And this isn't just for influencers, any small business. Get you an LLC if you can. Get you an LLC. At the end of this, in the description, I'll drop a link. For Texas, I'm actually going to be doing a session on how to file your own LLC.
I need to do that.
If it's just a one person, here's how to do it. I literally walk you through each section, what to put in each box. It's going to be how to do your LLC. And then I provide you with an operating agreement you can take to the bank, open a bank account, and also walk you through getting your EIN. That would be the number one thing I'd say as an influencer, doing social media, any of that. And the reason why, ladies, you guys are probably familiar with Cardi B versus Tasha K. That's the current lawsuit out there. Tasha K, y'all, is a blogger who basically put up this story that Cardi B had herpes.
She lied.
It was a lie. That's the kind of thing like the minute Cardi B was like, no, I ain't got herpes, you just got to take it down. You got to retract it. Like, it's not even worth the traffic you're going to get because it's straight up defamation and it's provable. Well, if she had her LLC, then when Cardi B sued her, Cardi B would be limited to whatever that LLC made. Now, Cardi B is gonna have this girl's grandkids in an underfunded public school.
Mm.
This woman, Tasha K, has said that she has spent over $100,000 on legal fees, this, that, and the third. That's because she's getting sued individually. But if she had her YouTube as part of the LLC, had her YouTube money going to her LLC, all of that, all Cardi could get was in the LLC. And then Tasha K could pull a Donald Trump, which means after she gets sued, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry," file bankruptcy like Donald Trump does every other year. And then that's that. They cannot come after your personal belongings.
Oh.
So,
I need to get on that. I've been meaning to. You know, I've been meaning to. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get
yeah,
it.
that's what you said. All right, I'm saying it here on Cameshia. I'm going to give you a free seat to my session. Ebony, same thing. I know you're in another state, so it may not be quite as helpful, but you are welcome to, both of you. A free seat on my seminar is going to be live, and it will be virtual on how to file your own LLC.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah, what you'll see is once you file one, you'll see how easy it is, and you realize you may want to do additional ones for other businesses. I say Tasha K is too much. Well, ladies, I really appreciate you joining in with me and adding your commentary. Can you let us know again where they can follow you and find you?
YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch and Twitter. And thank you for having me on. I do appreciate it. I learned a lot of information today. And I do look forward to the seminar. I do need to get an LSE really bad. I do.
Good. And Ebony, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. Find me at the grocery store. I'm everywhere.
All of the above. All of the above. Well, guys, and if you haven't, please hit the like button and subscribe. I definitely got to get subscribers up to 1,000 is the goal. That way I can start monetizing it and be far more consistent. But thank you guys for joining. Let's get those likes up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. And make sure you may be watching it from a different page, but go on over to my YouTube page. That's Girl, Is That Legal? And subscribe there so it can get me to that 1,000 subscribers mark.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Have a good one.